Hello everyone, welcome to our timeless oracle reading. Our oracle card for today belongs to the Shamanic Healing Oracle Cards, and the card for today is entitled Sacred Space. When you look at the image here, you see here a small flame, as if a flame coming from a candle. It can be also an incense. And then here, you see here, what I think of this figure is more of like the smoke coming out from the flame or from the incense. But what is very interesting about it is it's like the G clef of a musical score. So somehow the flames are like musical notes coming, or the fumes or the smoke is shaped like a musical, like music coming out from the flame or from the incense. So there's something about making the spirit soar as if dancing to the music of the universe, the chorus of the cosmos. Another interesting thing here is that it's like also a labyrinth, and it's like the inward journey wherein we discover a lot of spaces within ourselves, and every journey within is a journey of discovery, a journey of it's like an adventure, going on a journey where we discover and learn new things. Now, the topic of sacred space is oftentimes it is important for us to have that sacred space and to protect that sacred space. Protection can be in the form of incense, in the form of candles, in the form of sounds like a singing uh, a singing bowl, or trying to put crystals in the peripheries of your sacred space, or creating a crystal grid. There are many ways that you can do to protect your sacred space. The reason why we put boundaries and protections to our sacred space, so that it can be a refuge for ourselves, our spirit, our mind, our heart, and our body. It should be a place, the sacred place or the sacred space should be a place where we feel safe, where we are able to cleanse ourselves, where we are able to really rest and feel secure, where we are able to be receptive to the lessons being given to us from our inner self, and where we are able to undergo transformation and growth undisturbed. Now, it's very important for us to have a sacred space wherever we go. In our home, it's good to have a small spot that we can consider our sacred space. And we could place things in the sacred space that will make us feel secure, and also would remind us of important things that we can be reminded of as we grow deeper in our spiritual journey. Like, for example, something that is related to your religion that can remind you, if you have a religion or a certain form of belief or ideology, something that can remind you of the presence of the divine in your life. At the same time, you can also have symbols of the four seasons, uh, the springtime, summer, autumn, and winter. You can also have a symbol for the four directions, for the four elements of for the four elements, like for example, a feather can symbolize that of the air, or a candle for symbolism of the fire. Uh, a shell can symbolize that of water, or a glass of water or a certain container with water is another symbolism of water. For the earth, a seed or a small plant or a small rock can be a symbolism of the earth or the earth itself. Now, there are also other symbols that you can consider, like a symbol of the masculine and the feminine, the symbol of the cycles of the moon. There are so many things that you can think of that could make your inwards journey more interesting when you have all these things. You can put your crystals, if you do tarot reading and oracle readings, or spiritual readings, or even a diary or a journal, you can put it also in your sacred space. Or the things that you are studying at this time, a book related to that, you can place that in your sacred space. The important thing is that everywhere you go, you have a sacred space. That is why some people, what they do is when they go to certain places, when they are out traveling, some of them bring portable altars that they can set up wherever they will go. For me, I do not bring everything because I also give space for discovery. What I do is when I go to a new place, I go for a walk in nature and try to find symbols that could be meaningful for me in the place that I have arrived. Like, for example, if I go for a walk and along the journey of walking, I saw some feathers, which reminds me of the presence of the angels in my life. So, that special feather that I saw in the place where I arrive, I pick them up and put them in my sacred space. The sacred space could be any, it can be just a corner in your room where you are staying. So the first thing that I often do is when I arrived in a new place, I cleanse the place where I sleep. And in that place where I sleep, I find a silent corner where I can have a sacred space. And then every once in a while, I go for a walk outside and I pick up things that resonate with me. A small rock, a feather, even a small shell if I am by the shore, things that could somehow brighten up my sacred space. And so there's no need for me to bring things, too much things. The only things that I bring are things that is necessary for my uh, tarot work, and the rest I discover in the place itself that I go to. So it makes my journey also and my sacred spaces even more interesting. And then afterwards, when I go back to the place where I live, oftentimes I bring with me those little finds that I've had in the place that I have visited. So I bring with me also memories of the sacred space where I have stayed for a certain period of time in the place that I have visited. Now, let's try to read from the handbook that accompanies this card so that we can gain more insights regarding sacred space. Find a spot in your home or office that you can access easily. Create a sacred spot just for you. This will be a place for you alone. If space is at a premium, then a shelf or corner will do. Put here only those items that hold significant meaning to you and touch you on a deep level, personal level. Examples are photos of loved ones, rocks, feathers, shells. Place a candle, even if it cannot be lit. This signifies the element of fire and represents the flame of Creator's love for you. The fire of creation or purification. Perhaps fire means something entirely different to you. Use this space to go to daily, even if it is just for a few moments, to ground and calm yourself. Working this into your daily routine will bring you to a place of greater understanding. Well, that's it for today. I hope you were able to find some enrichment from our timeless oracle reading. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.